para sa mga may kaibigan pa na gusto pong sumali ngayon, if you look at our chat, group chat dito sa Zoom, nandyan na po ang link na i-click nila para makita itong session na ito sa Facebook. Maraming salamat sa Areopagus Communications. And now let's hear from our beloved Apostolic Administrator ng Archdiocese of Manila and of course Spiritual Director po natin sa Laiko, si Bishop Broderick Pabilio.
So once again, welcome for today's conversation that we have. So we have entitled this post-COVID conversation kasi pinaghahanda na po natin, no, na paglabas natin dito sa ating lockdown. Kaya hopeful naman tayo, no? Alam natin, sinabi po ni Brother Roquel, this is transitional. Kaya pagpasok natin sa buhay natin sa labas ng ating mga tahanan, sana itong mga conversations ay makatulong sa atin. And these topics are important. And during this week, we are celebrating the Laudato Si Week. Habang tayo po ay concerned about the virus, may iba pa tayong mga concern sa buong mundo na dapat nating pansinin. At ito yung constant concern natin. Ang emergency is about our environment, our Mother Earth. Kaya pag-uusapan po natin ito at maraming salamat kay Bishop Jerry na kahit nasa malayo siya sa San Carlos, he has come to join us. And to share with us his own experience especially about a particular way of trying to help the environment that is to take away coal, no to coal. So yan po ang mapakinggan na natin ang sharing ni Bishop Jerry. Welcome po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, Bishop. At ang mangunguna po sa ating mga pagwe-welcome ay si Brother John Cruz.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. At trabaho ko po sa Laiko ang makipag-coordinate, makipag-usap sa inyo. Kaya po ngayon, wini-welcome ko po yung mga kapatid natin na gagaling sa iba't ibang mga lugar at mga grupo mga leader ng mga grupo na represented ngayon dito. Nandito po ang Catholic Women's League, sila at ang Philippine Catholic Charismatic Renewal Services. Nandito po ang mga Archdiocese of Palo, okay? At ang mga Catholic Teachers Guild, pati po yung mga taga-Diocese of San Jose, Nueva Ecija ay nandito po. Okay? Mga Diocese of Cabanatuan, Diocese of Puerto Princesa, Lingayen, Dagupan. Yung iba po talaga hindi ko mababate pero talagang natutuwala po ako na nandito po yung mga Diocese of San Fernando, Pampanga. Okay? Ang Malay-Balay po nandito, San Pablo, Angeles City, at mga grupo ko katulad ng Copos for Christ, andyan po ang Pamilya, andyan ang Handmaids, ang Lord's Flock, mga Teresiana, Young Christian Workers po. Andito rin po ang Diocese of Pasig, Ligaya ng Panginoon, kay Dr. Timitan. Binati yung doktor niya eh. Ayan, si Dr. Timitan at po iba pang mga kasamahan po natin dito sa CBCP Biblical Apostolate at CBCP News. Pasensya na po kung hindi ko nabanting lahat. Ngunit napakahalaga po kasi ng Diocese of Borongan daw. May nagchat-chat. So, welcome po sa inyo sa Diocese of Borongan. Pasensya na po kayo. Ngunit kailangan po ako magpakilala ng ating speaker ngayon. Okay? Ang ating pong speaker ngayon ay susubukan ko pong disabled screen sharing. Naka-disable, Sir Mars, yung screen sharing ko. Anyway, pag pinakilala po natin yung ating speaker ngayon, yung iba sinasabi he's an activist bishop. Kasi talagang maraming ipinaglalaban. Kaya lang hindi po unique yung introduction yun kasi hindi lang naman siya aktivistang bishop. Meron pa tayong mga ibang active bishop kasama ngayon. So, isa po sa mga mas nagustuhan kong introduction sa kanya, tinawag siyang guardian. The guardian of life and creation. Aba, maganda yun. At totoo naman na talagang binabantayan niya At laging nakatutok siya kung paano ang simbahan ay laging makakatugon. Okay? So, nakakatugon sa mga pangangailangan ng simbahan to guard, okay? Life and to guard creation. Napakabait po at napaka-supportive nitong bishop na to. At ito pong Laudato Si Week ay maraming pagkakataon na nakapag-share sa. So hiningi po namin, pakinggan nating mabuti si Bishop Jerry Alminaza of the Diocese of San Carlos. Magandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon sa lahat. Ano ba?
Magandang hapon po, Bishop.
Share. Lumalabas na yung screen?
Yes po.
Okay. Welcome sa ating pagtitipon, pagpupulong-pulong. Welcome din sa diocese namin kasi at least through this Zoom, we can be connected, no? Nagpapasalamat po ako sa Laiko at sa WeGen kasi nagkaroon ako ng opportunity na to have this conversation with you. Kasi meron akong nabasa na comment. Laudato Si appears to have greater impact outside ng Catholic Church than among the Catholics. So sana after ng conversation natin ngayong hapon, disprove natin na hindi totoo yan. Kasi ngayon nga ang dami nating nakikisama. So it is not true. Although 5 years na ang Laudato Si, we hope it will continue to affect and influence our life. So ang tema po na binigay sa akin ay Laudato Si Lifestyles, New Mindsets for Emerging and Alternative Ministries. Yung meron pang sa sulat, meron special na sinabi na pwede kong maaaring masagot. How should the Laudato Si Lifestyles and Spirituality affect our new way of living, our new way of relating with creation, and new ways of ministering to our fellow Filipinos? So, I hope na ma-achieve natin ito. I will just start the conversation and I hope I'll be able to trigger more enriching ideas and experiences from you. Basically, ang topic na to, although not exclusively kasi recurring naman yung mga topics, but basically galing ang source ko sa chapter 6 ng Laudato Si with the title Ecological Education and Spirituality, numbers 202 to 240. And it speaks directly to the heart of ecological conversion. Sandali kasi ang ating screen ay natatakpan ng ating mga mukha. Paano ba ito
Bishop, nadadrag po yung mga, sa pinakaitaas po nung column mga na idadrag po yung mukha. Or may isang button po dyan, yung single.
Hinahanap ko pa yung cursor. Ayun. Hindi ninyo ang mga mukha.
Yung slides po ang nakikita.
Kami po ang slides nakikita namin, pero kayo nahaharang siguro yung view.
Kasi
Wala na po yung, meron po diyang sa mga mukha, gusto niyo pong tanggalin?
ayun na. Nagalaw ko na. Okay. Sige. Ano na to? Oh, hindi naman siya umaalis. Ayun. Sa simula, kasi ang ating is our faith, no, our Christian faith. Dapat talaga our faith is the prism through which we view the world, shapes our way of thinking, of valuing, of being. Our faith shapes our world. It should not be the other way around, no? Dapat yun ang pinaka-value natin. Sa topic natin, we will talk about Laudato Si Lifestyles and also Laudato Si Spirituality. But specifically, we will focus on the new mindsets that this document of the Holy Father, which is very monumental, very important, na pinopropose o pinapa-own sa atin lahat. And ano ang magiging mga offshoot dito sa ating in terms of ministries. So, pero, tunawain muna natin ang how powerful are the mindsets. Kasi hindi natin nakikita ang mindsets. It's always at the back, behind our action, our decision, our feelings. Bakit we feel this way, we react this way, or respond this way? Kasi sa ating perspective, mahalaga na makita natin where are we coming from. So the Holy Father, and I will try to highlight some of these important mindsets through direct quotes from the Laudato Si para talaga manamnaman natin yung sinasabi niya, ang ibig niya sabihin. So as an exercise, may nakikita kayong picture. Pwede nyo ba masulat sa chat kung anong nakikita nyo or you want to unmute yourself? Ano bang nakikita nyo dyan sa picture? Pwede kayong mag-thumbs up.
May unggoy,
Animals.
gorilla,
Tiger,
tiger,
Boy, may tiger.
Birds.
birds,
Bird.
fish,
Bird.
tree.
kahoy.
So usually, ang
Sea.
malaki at yun, creation din in a way, no? Pero ang tarak pinakita usually na makita is ang punong kahoy. Tapos, at closer look, makita din natin yung nakaharap ang tiger at saka ang unggoy. So, depende sa ating perspective, saan tayo nakafocus, yun ang nakikita natin. Ito naman, ano ba nakikita ninyo? Duck o rabbit?
Away. Duck, but yeah. Look. Oh yeah, I can see
Rabbit.
both now. I can see both.
Rabbit.
One after the other. I can see
Pareho.
rabbit and I can see
Pareho po.
duck.
Pareho.
Duck.
So, pwede makita and look at it and say rabbit siya, or others can say it's a duck. Pwede tayong mag-away kasi iba-iba yung nakita, pero i-try to go on one side to the other. Sabi nga ng oo nga, it's both. Ito yung pinaka-classic na example. The old lady or the young girl. I don't know kung how many can see the young lady or the old woman. Kasi mostly, ang usual makita ang old woman. Pero ewan ko kung makikita niyo, can you see the young girl?
Yes.
Yes.
With the eyelash and the feather. Yeah.
Yes, with eyelash. Okay. So
Yeah.
anyway, this is a short way of illustrating mindsets. It affects the way we see things. Yes. Thank you. Ito yung sinasabi na paradigm shifts. Kasi ito yung mga mindsets na iba-iba na tumutulong kung anong ating ma-appreciate, anong ating maayaw, we dislike, we own, or we reject, no? And when we talk about ecological conversion, which this is the one that the Holy Father is really praying that we will all experience, we cannot but look into these various mindsets. sa spiritual growth process, usually we start with awareness. Things are brought to our awareness and we try to name it. The more we are able to name it accurately, then we can own it. And if we can own it, then we can decide what to do about it. So it's always a cycle, no? Awareness, naming, owning, decision. And I will spend some time allowing the Holy Father through Laudato Si to help us name accurately what is our problem, what's happening to our world, what's happening to all of us, what are we doing or failing to do, so that once we are able to name it accurately, then we are able to own and decide what to do with it. So sa 6 chapters kasi ang Laudato Si. Sa una pa lang na chapter, sinabi na ni Holy Father na there will be, although a chapter may specific topic, but there are recurring themes that he will go back again and again, and it is expressed in different ways. Number 1, the intimate relationship between the poor and the fragility of the planet. That is something that is always coming back in all the 6 chapters, and it's important that we have it at the back of our mind. It's part of the mindset. There is that connection, and it is something that I really find inspiring, that the Holy Father helped me see the connection between the two. Then the conviction that everything in the world is connected. He calls this integral ecology. Interconnected, interrelated, interdependent. Then he also will go back again and again to offer a critique to our prevailing paradigm beneath the transaction economic system, political system, cultural system ng ating buhay, no? And forms of power derived from technology. Then he will also constantly call to seek other ways of understanding the economy aside from the prevailing now that is excluding some people, some group of people, and also another way of looking at progress or how to achieve progress. Another theme is the value proper to its creature, that the creature is not its creature or species that we can find in the world is not only valued insofar as it is useful to us, human being, no, but in themselves, in each of them, there is a value proper to its creature. And he will always go back and again and again to the human meaning of ecology. Then he is espousing the need to be forthright and honest in discussing, in dialoguing about the issues regarding the environment. Not just to be motivated by some hidden or personal agenda, but really bring everything in the open. No? The serious responsibility of international and local policy. So the interaction between, it's both local and international or global. And finally, the throwaway culture and the proposal of a new lifestyle. And this is the 6th chapter, of course. No? Now, he started the chapter 6 with this line, and I'm really struck with this. Many things have to change course, but it is human beings above all who need to change. Ba natin yan? Many things have to change course, yes. But it is us, human beings, above all, who need to change. So that's one articulation of the reality of the truth now. And I hope we can own it and accept it. We lack an awareness, according to the Holy Father, of our common origin. Ang laki kasi ng shift, ng pagbabago, the moment we appreciate that we have one common origin, that we lack also awareness of our mutual belonging to each other, our interrelatedness, and also we lack awareness of a future to be shared with everyone. Imagine the shift and the change of behavior, relationship, if we are able to embrace these truths. Now, especially during this time of pandemic, this is a very good na-capture talaga ni Holy Father yung situation natin. Sabi niya, kahit na sinulat niya pa 5 years ago, wala pang COVID, sabi niya, the current global situation engenders a feeling of instability and uncertainty, which in turn becomes a seedbed for collective selfishness. Now we are understanding more and more that why we sometimes see, or maybe oftentimes see in television, collective forms of expressions of selfishness. Kasi the more pala we are subjected to or we are experiencing is instability and uncertainty, the more we are tempted, we succumb to selfishness. Not only individually but together. Kaya nag-rush there was a time na naubos lahat ang alcohol sa supermarket o yung mga toilet paper o mga bigas or whatever, no? So when people become self-centered and self-enclosed, their greed increases. Yun pala yun. The emptier a person's heart is, the more he or she needs things to buy, own, and consume. Dito pala nanggagaling ang consumerism. Kasi may coping. Pag empty sa loob ng puso, the tendency is to compensate with amassing things, hoarding. Pero ang ganda kasi the Holy Father is always seeing it from the perspective of God. Kaya optimistic palagi. Kaya sabi niya sa 205, yet all is not lost. That's the good news. At ito dapat pang hawakan natin. Human beings, while capable of the worst, are also capable, number 1, of rising above themselves. Dapat i-own natin yan. Talagang we have to claim that. We are capable of rising above ourselves. We are capable of choosing again what is good and making a new start. Capable of rising above ourselves, choosing what is good, and starting anew. Despite our mental and social conditioning. So we are not losing hope. We are not giving up on each other. We are able to take an honest look at ourselves. May kakayahan daw tayo noon. Number 2, to acknowledge our deep dissatisfaction. And number 3, and to embark on new paths to authentic freedom. Kaya natin to. Sabi niya, nag-insist siya, no system can completely suppress our openness to what is good, true, and beautiful, or our God-given ability to respond to His grace at work deep in our hearts. Grabe, no? Ang ganda niya. Sana hindi natin makalimutan. Yun ang sabi niya, I appeal to everyone throughout the world not to forget this dignity which is ours, and no one has the right to take it from us. Ang ganda. That's the good news. Now, sabi niya, because of the precarious state of our common home, of our environment, today, there is a demand that we be courageous to choose radically new lifestyles which are counter-cultural. We need to go against parent. But for us to go against this, we know we have to name accurately, ano yun? Ano yung dominant culture that we have to go against? Kaya inarticulate niya rin yon. Ang isa sa in-emphasize niya is to reject, grabe ang mga description, no? Adjective, compulsive, wasteful, and excessive consumerism. At alam na natin kung saan nanggagaling yung consumerism na yan, no? So we need to reject that. In our lifestyle, dapat it is an antidote, a rejection of compulsive, wasteful, and excessive consumerism. Reminding all, sabi niya, that purchasing, ang pagbili, is always a moral and not simply economic act. At itong nawawala ngayon sa society natin, people don't think of morality anymore. Sabi pa nga ng isang tao sa discussion, sa webinar, comment niya sa Facebook, morality daw is subjective. So depende na yan sa tao kung anong yung right, anong wrong, anong just, anong unjust. So imagine, nakakalungkot, no? Pero kahit pag mag-decide tayo bumili o hindi bumili, it's a moral act. May value yan. Diyan natin pinapakita kung naniniwala tayo sa Diyos, mahal natin ang Diyos, mahal din natin ang ating kapwa, or we take care of our common home or the natural world. Mismo sa ating mga desisyon, kung ano ang binibili, how often tayo bumibili, at ano karami. A change in lifestyle, sabi ni Pope, could bring healthy pressure to bear on those who wield political, economic, and social power. Meron tayong power na dapat natin magamit para mabago ang situation. This is what consumer movements accomplish by boycotting certain products. And later on, I will give an example on this. It can be very powerful. Ito yung area na kung minsan hindi tayo conscious, may kakayanan tayong to put pressure on them. Wala nga tayong pera, wala tayong yaman, pero together as consumer, we that don't only have the right, but the responsibility to oppose, to make our decision known to them. Sabi niya, maganda yung point niya. Disinterested concern for others and the rejection of every form of self-centeredness and self-absorption are essential if we truly wish to care for our brothers and sisters, and not only human beings but for the natural environment. Dati, before sa Laudato Si, brothers and sisters lang yan. Pero ngayon, we have to be more accustomed, and we need to really intentionally bear in mind that we are not only to take care of human beings, but everybody, everything in the natural environment. Because as he said earlier, everyone has their own inherent value. So pero if we want to care for the environment, dapat disinterested concern. Walang hidden agenda, dapat walang self-centeredness or self-absorption. These attitudes also attune us to the moral imperative of assessing the impact of every action that we do and personal decision on the world around us. Yun na nga, whatever we do or fail to do will have a moral impact, and we have a moral responsibility. Kaya in this chapter says, he was really pointing out the two important tools, parang ways for us to soar high in caring for our common home. Environmental education on one hand, and spirituality on the other hand. So this will be a topic basically. So sabi niya, ang environmental education, kasama dito, hindi lang ang tungkol sa mga risk ng climate change, hindi lang tungkol sa mga mga anong nangyayari sa environment, but it also includes a critique of the myths of modernity, grounded in a utilitarian mindset. Kaya Laudato Si Lifestyle and Mindset is in contraposition sa utilitarian mindset na valuable ka lang kung you meet my need, kung may kailangan ako sa iyo. Kung wala, edi sorry, no? Individualism, unlimited progress, competition, consumerism, and the unregulated market. Di bali na masira ang environment, di bali na maraming magkakasakit. Basta first profit, bago ang people and planet. So dapat planet, people, profit. Pero binabaliktad palagi. It seeks also to restore the various levels of ecological equilibrium, establishing harmony, at ang ganda ng pag-articulate niya. Ano bang mga relationships na importante mawasto natin? Harmony within ourselves, with others, with nature and other living creatures, and with God. Ito yung ethics of ecology, sabi ni Pope Francis, according to him. So, palaging may triple relationship tayo. Ako with others, fellow human beings, with nature and other living creatures, and with God. Now, in Laudato Si number 211, he enumerated some examples of loving actions that will express our care for our common home. What are these? Avoiding the use of plastic and paper. Water consumption. Halimbawa, if you notice doon sa television, yung mag-demonstrate sila ng washing ng hands, no? Na-notice nyo siguro yan. Patuloy lang yung ng tubig. So wasteful yun. We have to conserve water, no? Kahit man lang, kahit maghugas tayo palagi, but we have to conserve, no? So separating refuse, segregation, cooking only what we can reasonably be consumed, showing care for other living beings, no? The kind of animals, carpooling, no? Trying to plant and grow trees, turning off unnecessary lights, reusing or recycling something instead of immediately discarding them. Praying grace before and after meals can also be an ecological expression of our love, no? And being completely present to everyone and to everything. Yung sa mga Oriental religious brothers natin, yung mindfulness, no? Being present to everyone and everything. Ang ganda, no? Tapos sabi niya, even aesthetics, yun. And I find this striking, no? And I think we are losing this because we're so consumed with all the materialistic pursuits and pursuits for pleasure. We never get to learn to see and appreciate the beauty around us. In a way, blessing in disguise sa pandemic, I hope some of us were able now to smell the roses, no? We learn to reject self-interested pragmatism by appreciating beauty. Kasi appreciating beauty and art, for example, is a very contemplative stance. No? If someone has not learned to stop and admire something beautiful, we should not be surprised if he or she treats everything as an object to be used and abused without school. Yan, tandaan natin yan. Spirituality naman, according to him, he is quoting what he wrote in Evangelii Gaudium, is an interior impulse which encourages, motivates, nourishes, and gives meaning to both our individual and communal activity. Whatever encourages, motivates, nourishes, and gives meaning from within to our individual and communal activity. That's how we would describe spirituality. Now, he quoted Pope Benedict XVI, his predecessor, when he gave this homily in his inaugural address, and he made this comment, no, the external deserts in the world are growing because the internal deserts have become so vast. So the, the desert all around us that we find, not just literally, no, physically, but morally, spiritually, socially, the deserts around us is but a reflection of the internal desert that is going on inside each of us. So for this reason, the ecological crisis is also a summon to profound interior conversion, because the ecological crisis is but an expression of also a crisis from within. Living our vocation to be protectors of God's handiwork is essential to a life of virtue, to a spirituality. And according to the Holy Father, which I believe we all agree, it is not an optional or a secondary aspect of our Christian experience. It is integral to our life of virtue, to a life of holiness, that we take care of God's handiwork. The ecological conversion needed to bring about lasting change is also a community conversion. So so there's also a need, aside from personal conversion, a community conversion, and even institutional conversion. The church as institution, the government as an institution, and any other institutions. And he speaks about gratitude and gratuitousness. And it is based on a recognition that the world is God's loving gift, and that we are called quietly to imitate his generosity in self-sacrifice and good works. So usually, what we do is simply respond. The initiative is always from God. Everything around us is a reflection. All the goodness, the beauty is but a reflection of God's loving gift to us and his immense love for us. But we are also being invited by God to all respond, no? So sana nga magiging lifestyle sa ating simbahan. Hindi na kailangan ng pandemic para ma-realize natin na hindi lang tayo pagsimba magbigay sa kolekta o mag-support sa kailangan ng simbahan o ano, no? But really, to give something from what we receive is but a spontaneous response to an experience of how good the Lord is. No? Gratitude and gratuitousness is a recognition that that we are called quietly to imitate his generosity and good works, but it also entails a loving awareness that we are not disconnected from the rest of creatures, but join in a splendid universal communion. Ito na nga, we are part of nature. Hindi tayo iba, no? Hindi tayo separate. In fact, before we came, nature is already there, nauna. And that it's more that we need nature more than nature needs us, no? So that sense of gratitude is being one with the rest of creation. That's why pag maka-experience tayo ng flow experience, psychological or religious experience or spiritual experience, we feel the connection, we sense of oneness with everyone and everything around us, di ba? So our faith offers the awareness that each creature reflects something of God and has a message to convey to us, and the security that Christ has taken unto himself this material world, and now reason is intimately present to each being, surrounding it with his affection and penetrating it with His light. Yung incarnational spirituality. No? So, every creature reflects something of God. So imagine kung yun ang ating mindset, no? Wherever we look, wherever we go, we find always a reflection of God. Kasi sabi nga ni Pope Francis, word niya rin ginamit is, the whole of creation is the caress of God. It's a revelation of the divine. No? Our faith offers us the recognition that God created the world, writing into it an order and mechanism that human beings have no right to ignore. You know, this is one form of humility, to just acknowledge that my natural law, my inherent order and dynamism there that we need to respect, and we don't have no right at all either to ignore or alter it or make a mess out of it. No? Laudato Si spirituality is a prophetic and contemplative lifestyle, one capable of deep enjoyment, free of the obsession with consumption. So, makikita natin yan pag na-develop natin itong Laudato Si spirituality. Ang unang indicator dyan, hindi tayo obsessed to consume and buy a lot of things more than we need. It is the conviction, at itong nagustuhan ko talaga, it is the conviction that less is more. So pwede nating sabihin ang Laudato Si spirituality and lifestyle is summarized in this: less is more. Laudato Si 222. Madali tandaan. 222. Less is more. Sobriety, ito rin ang another expression niya aside from gratitude. That simplicity which allows us, number one, to stop and appreciate the small things, to be grateful for the opportunities which life affords us, to be spiritually detached from what we possess, and not to succumb to sadness for what we lack. Ang ganda na is parang anchor natin to. Appreciate small things. Be grateful for opportunities that life gives us. Be spiritually detached for whatever we have or given to us, and not to be sad for what we lack. This implies avoiding the dynamic of dominion and the mere accumulation of pleasures, which is the culprit of all the destruction around us. Yung domination, dominion, no? Kasi imbes na sa simula yung mga ancestors natin, they have this relationship of kinship. Then, but with industrial revolution, we start to subdue and we consider ourselves the master. We can do whatever we want at whatever cost or price, whatever the consequences to everybody, to everyone, and everything around us. And then that's the beginning of ecological degradation. Now, in the remaining time, how should the Laudato Si lifestyle and spirituality that I just described using the very words of Pope Francis affect our new way of living, new way of relating with creation, and new ways of ministering to our fellow Filipinos? Ang una is to restore or to reawaken our right relationship with creation. Ito yung antidote sa problema na identify ni Pope Francis na modern anthropocentrism. Yung considering ourselves as we are master and we can do whatever we want, regardless kung anong consequence niyan. For many centuries, ganun ang mindset. And somehow, mea culpa, ang simbahan mismo naging kabahagi nun sa pag-popularize ng ganong mentality, no? Misunderstanding ng tinuturo ng Panginoon. Pero original yan sa ating mga katutubo, no? Mga ancestors, indigenous people, yung affinity with the rest of God's creation. So we have to re-establish this right relation with everyone, and that can be captured by one term: kinship. No? Kaya makasabi si St. Francis, brother sun, sister moon, sister death, no? At yung sa amin sa diocese, sa aming battle cry is the adoption of the African word Ubuntu. I am because we are. How can one be happy when the others are sad? Ang sakit ng kalingkingan ay dama ng buong katawan. So ganong connectedness, no? Na hindi pwede na isang sector lang ang masaya, ang karamihan may sakit o hindi masaya. So we have to feel for everybody. Ito yung nagandahan kong illustration, no? Nakita nyo sa first part ng picture dyan, sa screen, yung ABC, iba-iba silang height, equal nga ang kanilang pinapatungan, pero deprived pa rin si C. Hindi makakita ng laro. Pero sana, with the Laudato Si spirituality and lifestyle, ito yung mangyari. Yung si A, i-share na yung kanyang pinapatungan para si C, ikpantay na kay B at sa kay A. So ito sana yung sense of communion, no? Na mangyari sa atin. Human beings too are creatures of this world, sabi ni Pope Francis, enjoying a right to life and happiness, and endowed with unique dignity. So we cannot fail to consider the effects on people's lives of environmental deterioration, current models of development, and the throwaway culture. Kaya sabi niya sa kanang sulat, 5 areas of concern, major areas of concern na pwedeng maging batayan ng ating mga bagong ministries if ever wala pa tayong ministry doon. Una, in the area of pollution. This includes the issue and waste and throwaway culture. Ang climate change, no? Halimbawa nang pumutok si Taal, no? Kasi sabi natin yung asphalt doon is very toxic. Kaya kailangan mag-wear mask. Maraming nagbibigay ng free mask at that time. Dress rehearsal pala yun sa COVID, no? Pero alam natin na all year round, yung mga communities living near the coal-fired power plants are inhaling even more toxic asphalts, more toxic than Taal ash. The whole year round yan. At nang nag-dialogue ako kay Secretary Simato, inamin niya talaga yan. So kaya sana hindi lang magiging maging concern tayo sa air quality and protecting the air sa paligid natin. Then the issue of water, yung right to water, lalo na ng mga poor people. Loss of biodiversity, ito, I was struck, no? How many of us, pag mag-report na Typhoon Ambo, ang report usually ilang bahay ang nasira, ilan ang namatay, but hindi natin ina-account how many losses of biodiversity. Ilang mga species din na hindi natin nakikita ang na-damage o na-destroy. We are not sensitive, no? Decline in the quality of human life and the breakdown of society. Dito yung mga issue ng HK, limbawa, no? So, and then the global inequality. So, sabi nga, we have to think globally but act locally. Kaya dapat itong mga 5 major issues, nasa atin na yan, how do we respond to this, to the various ministries in our own dioceses or in our own respective parishes. So pwede nating itanong, kailangan kasi ng research ito, kailangan talaga ng data. Dati we take it for granted, generalize lang. Pero mas maganda, iba ang impact pala as we experience it here in San Carlos pag we are really aware of the data locally in terms of pollution, in terms of climate change. Ano bang impact sa amin dito? Sa water issue, loss of biodiversity. Sabi nga ni Father Sean McDonagh, dapat may requiem tayo for the loss of biodiversity. We mourn only for people who died, no? But do we mourn for the losses of diversity in our forest, in our ocean, in our seas, no, around us. Parang hindi tayo pa sensitive doon. Kailangan pa yung awareness pa ating ka rin, no? Yung sa Laudato Si number 42, Pope Francis says, we need to undertake a careful inventory of the species which it hosts with a view of developing programs and strategies of protection with particular for safeguarding species towards extinction. So halimbawa, sabihin natin, sige, tumbahin na lang yung mga kahoy dyan sa forest reserve kasi progress, kailangan gumawa ng daan without really considering na habitat yan ng ilang mga endemic na mga species. Ano yung nawawala? Walang research, walang study, walang inventory. Mag-detect mining tayo dyan. For the one, nako, yun ang issue din namin dito. So, sabi nila magbibigay yan ng taxes ng maraming livelihood, pero at what cost sa ating environment? So yung ganon, no? What are the particular manifestations of decline in the quality of human life in our own locality? And what are the expressions or signs of breakdown in society? Maganda rin sana yan, no? In every diocese, may talagang true picture tayo. Yung ministry natin ay mas responsive. And what is the state of inequality in our own locality? Like in Negros Island or in my diocese, anong itsura nun? So iba talaga pag may data, no? Kaya sa palagay ko, because of this, we need to have talaga in every diocese a research and documentation ministry na ng mga database na pala nag-a-update. Along with the pandemic, kailangan i-reach out yung sino yung poorest of the poor. Pag wala kang database, kakapakapakapa kung sino ang tulungan mo. Sino yung yung mga talents, mga gifts within the So kailangan itong database. At nakita natin during this time, social communications ministry is very important din para ma-communicate itong mga data for people to be conscientized ma-convert, no? And then sabi nga natin sa ecology desk, kailangan natin bawat diocese, specific pa to, 1991 pa, every diocese should have an ecology desk that is functioning, may budget, no, nagtatrabaho. And then dahil kayo nga is although ang spirituality is not equated with religiosity, pero may value pa rin yung piety at saka yung liturgy natin is very important, very close to us. Kaya importante din yung liturgy natin is celebratory of our experience, is reflective, expressive of our experience and what God wants us to experience. Kaya we have to have people who are trained to design liturgies that are meaningful and relevant, that would translate the beautiful principles, concepts, mindsets, values ng Laudato Si into our liturgy. Kasi sabi nga ni Father Sean, parang spiritual schizophrenic tayo kasi ang ganda ng sinusulat natin sa Laudato Si, but it is not found in our liturgy. So yun, ang challenge sa atin. Anyway, I will just go through this na kasi I'm running out of time. Natin, issue na tayo ng pastoral letter, ABC, meet actions plan, action points doon. Gusto ko lang i-highlight na meron na tayong eco-convergence hubs sa bawat region. So, nila. Dito yung nagko-converge ang lahat ng mga grupo movements para we can put our acts together and we can be on the same page. Magtulungan tayo sa area na yon. Pag-share tayo ng mga information. Eco-convergence hubs. At ito yung celebration ng Season of Creation. Ginawa na namin na institution yan. Every year kasama na yan sa calendar. Tapos yung rights of nature, pinasa na rin for people, for youth and children. And ang importante dito yung divest from coal. We have to really ask ourselves, where are we putting our money? Where are we getting our profits from? Is it from means that destroy the environment? So magiging inconsistent tayo, mawawalan tayo ng moral integrity, no? And then yung pag-promote ng renewable energy as an alternative to dirty coal. So anyway, Ito yung mga ministry na natin, Ecology Desk, Eco-Convergence Hub, Green Team sa bawat parokya. Ito yung in charge talaga to make sure na energy efficient tayo. There was a time nagpaplano kami pero ngayon hindi pa namin na-postro no, na bawat parish ano talaga magkaroon ng audit, no? At i-declare kung ang parish ba is Laudato Si parish kasi it conforms all the this criteria ng based on Laudato Si. Yung schools din natin, yung mga parochial schools, religious schools, living Laudato Si schools, meron din tayong program na ganyan, no? Tapos ito, sample lang to in terms of sachet, no? Kasi may na-found out na 60 billion sachet are being used yearly in the Philippines and it pollutes and clogs our waterways, no? Like Manila Bay. And we rank third in the world. Pero kasi naman, ang poor, hindi naman makabili ng mga kaya sachet lang. So dapat maghanap tayo ng alternative lifestyle talaga. Na ano bang alternative natin sa mga sachet? Ang laki ng impact sa environment hindi pwede sa kape, sa mga iniinom, sa mga shampoo and all, no? So dapat sa Negros, meron kaming store na tinatawag walang usik. Parang walang nasayang. Kasi doon pwede ka magpa-refill. Magdala ka lang ng yung sisidlan mo for soap, for So yung mga ganon, we have to keep pushing ourselves to find alternative ways para ma-address itong problema sa polluting the ocean. Kasi carbon sink natin yan. Mabilisan na lang to, no? Ito yung mga culprit, baka sinusupport natin yan. Pwede tayong mag-boycott sa kanila to make them feel na you better come up with something else as alternative. Kasi hindi pwede na yan, no? So sa amin, no to coal, yes to renewable energy, isa din yung area, no? Sabihin lang, 97% sa Negros na po-produce from renewable. Pero ang irony of it all, kasi if we produce 97% renewable, we're buying 70% from coal. Kasi ang aming mga cooperatives naka-contract na sa kanila 20 years ago, 25 years ago to get from coal because of our own system. Iba yung generation, iba yung distribution, iba din yung ano pa yung isa. So kaya ngayon, I would like just to say, as consumer, meron na tayong law na we can tell the cooperative, I want my energy supply to come from clean energy, renewable energy. Pwede na tayo mag-demand. Kaya lang hindi natin na-exercise pa yan. Kaya importante ito yung consumers movement. Nanalo na tayo sa DOE, sampa tayo ng kaso sa DNR, sa Supreme Court, nanalo na yan. Ito yung mga laws na implementing laws na nilabi at sayang we are not familiar with this kaya hindi natin talaga na maximize ito. Pero yun, isa yan. May say tayo as consumer where our energy should come from. Ang presidente mismo last year sabi niya, sinabihan niya talaga yung DOE Secretary, fast-track si Kusi. Fast-track the development of renewable energy sources and reduce dependence on the traditional energy sources such as coal. Hindi pa yan na ma-match. Kailangan talaga bantayan natin yan. Meron tayong Green Energy Tariff Program na we have no more time to discuss. Written competition and open access. Pero pwede talaga tayong makisang dito as consumers. Ito na yung ating mga success story sana. Pero I don't have time to explain. Tapos, dito lang sa Negros, I will end with this. Protest is to act. The best protest is to act. With WeGen, sila ngayon ang nagsusponsor. Yung 4 na obispo sa 4 na dioceses here in Negros nag-agree to really offer an alternative, to walk the talk. No? So nagkaroon na ng initial assessment, just using the roofs of the houses in our own dioceses. Ito yung na-access na ma-generate namin na energy. And through renewable energy, we can produce 215,897 kilowatt power. No? What I'm trying to say is, this is one example of ecological action na hiningi ni Pope Francis. So sorry, I'm running out of my time. I'll have to end here. This is the beauty of our diocese. I hope we can preserve this. This is in Canlaon and in Don Salvador Benedicto. I hope we will not allow our present government or anyone to destroy the beauty of our surroundings. No? Salamat po. At later on sa interaction, I hope we can gain some more insights. Tapos na po.
Maraming salamat po. Pwede pong maibalik yung screen from your shared screen.
Ano ba yun?
Yan.
Hindi na.
Okay. So thank you very much, and we can open the floor now for those who...
Brother Mars?
Yes,
Brother Mars,
yes.
meron tayong reactor, no? We would like to introduce our reactor for the day.
Yes, I saw her already logged in kanina. Go ahead, June.
And
Sandali lang ha, I'm trying to switch off the shared screen. Ay, June, nagsishare screen ka?
nagsishare screen na ako.
Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead.
Kanina po, pinakilala ko si Bishop Jerry bilang guardian of life and creation. Ayan po yung nakita kong picture, kaya tuwan-tuwa naman ako dahil totoong-totoo, no? Napakahilig sa kagandahan. And of course, he continues to keep on acting together with the different organizations. And this time, we have been fortunate to have a reactor with us this afternoon, so that we can also hear something from a pragmatic wisdom and also a programmatic vision. And gusto po nating makarinig from another point of view, and we have invited to share with us si Miss Colleen Davila Palaganas, who is the Vice Sustainability. So napaka-importante po nito ng SM Investments. And salamat Colleen for joining us this afternoon. She's the Vice President for Sustainability at SM Investments. And at the same time, she has been very active in sustainability, being a proponent in the first Global Reporting Initiative Sustainability Summit in the Philippines, and has served in various roles on in Habitat for Humanity International. So marami po siyang mga trabahong ginawa, and she finished her master's degree in International Cooperation for Sustainable Development at the University of Santiago de Compostela in Spain. And so, Colleen, maraming salamat. We would like to hear a little from you. I will now be stopping my share screen.
Nakaano siya. Yes, good afternoon po. It is very humbling for you to even have invited me. Bishop, you are such a blessing. I learned so much. It is really such a blessing what that you taught us and really preached to us, because I really agree po. I believe po kasi that as the real author of sustainability is our Father in heaven himself, because he is the only ultimate sustainable source of life. Without God, we cannot sustain our environment, we cannot sustain our very life. Now, we are really talagang in the mercy and in the loving kindness of God. So another one po that I really learned so much that I really agree po is that maganda po yung na-share ninyo na man in jet as a whole. We have forgotten po our very first job. May belief po ako na si Adam is the first sustainability steward of the world. Kasi nung kinreate po si Adam, sinabi niya, oh, you name the animals. Kung anong tinawag mo, yun yung name. And then sabi po ni God, you take care, di ba, subdue. Although God meant it to be our sustenance, His creation, He meant it that He was in the center of our will, the way we live our life. Kaya lang nga po, because of the fall, medyo naging greedy tayo, nawala tayo sa center in the umbrella of God's grace. So I'm so happy, I'm so blessed kasi po, hindi ko po alam noon, nung nag-share ako about sustainability, every time po I connect it to spirituality kasi that's my conviction in my heart. Minsan po nahihiya ako kasi baka akala nila medyo ako fanatic kay God or sa religion or Christianity. But I believe po kasi ang pinakagusto ko pong na-share ninyo at you taught us that the emptiness inside of us, it's what's causing that the imbalance in our surrounding. Kasi we will keep compensating. And sa kaka-compensate natin, instead na po si God ang nakaupo sa throne, tayo ang nakaupo sa throne. Dinithrone natin at the God who created us. So ang ganda-ganda po ng tinich ninyo, and it's very humbling, and we have to remind ourselves. Ngayon po, on the side of corporates and I'm a believer po that the church has a very big role because people, tama po yung ninyo na we act according to our beliefs as individual and as a corporate, as a community. So I'm so blessed po that the church, especially now with your guidance and leadership, that the church po will now step up front and really take its role as the guiding light. Kasi po when there is no voice from the church, people listen to many voices Kailangan may voice na dominant. And I'm so blessed kasi po si Bishop, the voice of the Lord is what we need to hear. If that the voice of the Lord, rin po ang napakagandang pinreach niya, is the voice of the Lord has no dichotomy. It does not dichotomize spiritual world and the practicality of living. In fact, the more spiritual we are, we will find the practical wisdom that goes with it. Kasi God is not divided He is one, and we are two with Him. So, yun po yung unless personal reaction ko po. I don't know if you want me. In SM po, there are programs naman in SM. There are programs in SM that we are working on to be more sustainable. Pati po, in fact, we were about to launch sustainable products. Kasi po, given that SM is one of the biggest retailer, kaya lang po sarado lahat ng mall na COVID, and we were not able to launch. We were gonna have programs po na bawasan ang plastic sa packaging. Kasi po yung Uniqlo, may sistema po sila sa warehouse na wala ng plastic. Tapos meron rin po like, yung pag nagpapagawa po, like when you buy, di ba nagtatahi, yung parang kinakat yun. Lahat po yun we wanted to gather, to work with an NGO na may livelihood, na parang gawin siyang mga recycling bag. Tapos po, so far naman po, ang MSMEs, we have 25,000 partners. So far po, ang pinakamalaking impact po sa MSMEs tsaka sa mga recycled products, yung kultura po na brand. But we need to expand it more. Yung malls po natin, meron po tayong mga solar energy. Marami pong solar panels sa taas ng mall. Pinapadala po sa grid yung electricity, yung nakokollect na power noon. So far po, yung SM rin po nag-host ng Global Reporting Initiative. So, trying to use its influence, optimize its influence to campaign for sustainability. Ang napakaganda po niyan ngayon is pati po yung employees ngayon because of the COVID is medyo po our eyes are being opened. How much farther is the responsibility of employers to the lives of our employees, no? Na kasi may COVID po. So yun po yung mga na ano po dun sa SM. But Bishop, thank you so much for what a blessing. And I'm so grateful to Charlie because I'm learning so much. I'm so grateful po.
Thank you, Miss Colleen, for sharing with us. Thank you daw kay Charlie. Si Charlie po yung nag-invite sa kanya from WeGen, Laudato Si. So thank you, Sir Charlie, who used to be the CEO of Habitat for Humanity. And thank you then, Miss Colleen, for saying that the church to move, pag sinabing the church, tayong lahat yon. Hindi lang si Bishop Jerry, hindi lang si Bishop Pabilio, tayong lahat. So I'll be turning over again to our host. Nagpakilala lang po ako, pero I'll turn over to Brother Mars for our Q&A sapagkat alam ko pong maraming natuwa at may mga tanong kay Bishop Jerry. Salamat, Ma'am Colleen. Salamat, Bishop Jerry.
Salamat po muli, Colleen and Bishop Jerry. At saka si John Cruz din. Salamat for putting together, helping significantly these people. At sa iyo rin, John, nagpapasalamat ako at sa WeGen dahil yung facility namin solar din. Marami pong nagpapasalamat dito sa chat, sa comments section tungkol sa talk of Bishop Jerry. And I'm sure na marami tayong natutunan dito as expressed here. So the floor is open for anyone who would like to comment or ask a question. Aside from mga nagsalita
We need to raise
dito.
hand.
I'm trying to scan over the 3 screens kasi po hindi nakikita sa isang screen lamang yung pagtataas ng kamay. But by all means, you can write in the comment section na meron kang question or you can unmute yourself. Pancho Hamlig, go ahead. I see your hand. Pancho Hamlig, nagtaas ba kayo ng kamay?
Oh.
Hindi po kayo naririnig. Kailangan i-unmute. Yan.
Yeah. Hello. Good afternoon. I appreciate Bishop's talk. No? Tanong ko lang yung 5 ministries. Saan applicable yung 5 ministries? For the parish? For the government? Or for schools? Yung social communication?
Alam niyo po, alam niyo po yung 5 major concerns na yon sa Laudato Si. Ang Laudato Si in the first place pala address ni Pope to everyone in the planet. So hindi lang siya for Catholics but for everyone, no? And for everyone in the planet. So yung 5 concerns niya hindi lang concerns ng mga Katoliko o ng ating simbahan, but concerns ng lahat. So, siyempre, kung meron tayong magawa ng parokya, Kasi yun na nga, think globally but act locally. So, halimbawa sa amin, kung San Carlos City, pwede kami mag-collaborate sa City of San Carlos, pwede rin kami mag-collaborate sa mga civil society organizations, o pwede din po sa mga iba pang mga cause-oriented groups na we share parang advocacies. Like in our fight against the coal-fired power plant dito sa San Carlos, we draw a lot of inspiration and help and strength, information from other environmental groups na hindi lang dito sa Archdiocese namin, but also in Bacolod, even in Manila, in other places. So, maganda ng collaboration. Even sa pakon na ito, I consulted some people, no? So I asked, para hindi lang perspective ng obispo o ng isang male, para meron namang mga female thoughts or para mas yung presentation ko. So I'm indebted to Sister Bing halimbawa because she also gives some suggestions. Which with the limited time, I was able to integrate yon. Kasi mas maganda yung collaboration talaga, partnership. Sa laki ng problema natin sa environment, hindi kaya na tayo lang talaga ang kikilos. In fact, lahat tayo dapat.
One last question, okay lang, Bishop?
Go ahead po, go ahead.
How are we doing with the Laudato Si and our coordination with the big companies in the Philippines? Kasi maganda talaga eh. Especially yung nakita ko yung equitable versus equality, no? I was impressed by that illustration. Are we doing great with our coordination?
Unti-unti po. Actually, sabi ko nga kanina sa start, diba mas marami pang nag-upload na mas na gumagamit ngayon ng Laudato Si outside the Catholic Church pero halimbawa itong WeGen Laudato Si, yun talagang pangalan ng company kasi na-inspire yung founder, CEO na dinala niya yung Laudato Si. So outside the country, marami ng mga companies talaga na non-Catholic nga sila, no? In fact, kahit yung sources ng Holy Father, aside from the scientists, he was able to incorporate voices coming from non-Catholic sources. Yun ang maganda nito ng document na to kasi it's really for everyone. And he was able to put together yung mga wisdom sa bawat ano. So, sa country natin, honestly, in 5 years, parang kulang pa. Shadow, I think. Ano yon?
Natapos po kayo, Bishop?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
From
Bishop.
Philip Pananalig, thank you po, Bishop and Colleen. It is part of the ongoing Laudato Si week, and did we disseminate the reflection guide regarding Laudato Si care and the coronavirus? Yung po ang tanong tungkol sa dissemination ng reflection guide, meron po ba yun?
Sa akin ba yon ang tanong?
Opo, sa inyo yata yung tanong. Or June, do you know anything about the reflection guide, June?
Very active po sa linggong ito yung Global Catholic Climate Movement. Okay, kasi andito po sila ngayon kasama natin at pinilit po nilang ma-distribute bukod dun sa programa for the whole week yung mga reflections. In fact, before we end, we are also going to pray the common prayer for the 5th anniversary of the Laudato Si. So, kung sakali pong hindi ninyo nakuha yung reflection, Kuya Philip, andyan po si Sister Bing, mamaya namin sa inyo. But I believe that Global Catholic Climate has been distributing a lot of these materials and reflections. Thank you, Kuya Philip.
June, nakuha ko na yun.
Kaya tinatanong ko lang kung na-disseminate na natin.
Opo, di mabuti po. Yun naman po ay tuloy-tuloy kasi kailangan tuloy-tuloy po yung ating response to Laudato Si and not only for this week. In
Yes,
fact,
so ang Laiko,
sasamantalayin ko na kailangan po talaga lalo na rin yung mga i-distribute.
yes, na-disseminate yan po dito sa Laiko and kasama sa ating responsibility bilang miyembro ng Laiko, tayong mga servant leaders, na i-disseminate sa ating mga grupo.
Okay, Jun, thank you. Thank you, Bishop.
Bishop from Benici, thank you po. Is it a right approach in starting a Laudato Si program by some kind of a Laudato Si audit to boost awareness? What is your comment on this, or how do we go about auditing ourselves kung Laudato Si compliant kami?
Oo, pwede namin i-share sa ang Living Laudato Si, may ginawa din sila. Ang GCCM, I think, mayroon din. Si Brother Tagoy, dati may share sa amin sa Diocese ng San Carlos. Pero mga kasi yun may mga points yun na halimbawa, how do we use our energy, mga ganon, in terms of signage, in terms of formation. May mga pointers yun. Kulang lang tayo ng panahon. May mga examination of conscience pa rin yun na parang to also guide us na personally and as an institution kung compliant tayo. Siguro through Laiko, pwede nating i-share yon yung mga materials na ganyan. Meron din booklet na, may booklet din na produce sa US na pero it covers from different parishes all over the world and dioceses na sinishare yung mga initiatives nila on the various aspects ng Laudato Si po. So magandang starting point din yun po. Tapos mayroon din mga books na maganda yung mga at the end, mga na may mga resources, mga halimbawa website, pwede nating i-download ang mga resources, saka mayroon mga video materials na pwede nating magamit to raise awareness to people. In cartoons, na pangbata, ang pang-adult din po. It's a good karoon tayo ng itong Eco Convergence Hub, magandang platform ito. Ang Laiko can be, I think, is part of that too. Then we can have this forum na ma-share natin to. Wala lang ako masyadong time to explain pang ibang mga advocacies, no? Kasi limited nga yung time. Pero ang dami talagang pwede nating ma-support as a group na talagang magbago. Saka maraming good news din. Marami na rin nangyayari because of the efforts of various groups sa Eco Convergence group natin. Kaya magandang ipagdiwang din po yun.
Thank you po. And we have a statement here that from Rosarita Mariano that CWLs all over the country has been advocating Laudato Si for the past 4 years. It has been their main theme from 2016 up to the present. Maraming salamat sa CWL. GCCM, yung binabanggit ni Brother June Cruz kanina, Pilipinas invites you all to tune in at 4:30. Merong interreligious prayer live sa GCCM Pilipinas page. So I think that was an announcement or plugging for those who are present here. Is there anyone else with an adjoinder or question? Brother June Cruz, insofar as the Laiko is concerned, in what way can the Laiko participate or be part of this movement to support the environment? Meron bang activity ang Laiko or committee na pwedeng masalihan?
Thank you very much for that question. Ang Laiko po ay mayroong Committee for the Care for Creation. At ako po yung pinaka-hoc head ng Care for Creation Committee ng Laiko. Kaya naman po isa rin to sa mga itinutulak ng Sangguniang Laiko sa tulong po ng leadership ng Sanggunian. And malaking tulong po na makipagtrabaho kami sa Laudato Si, sa Green Convergence, sa GCCM. At yun po ang ginagawa namin ngayon na tulong-tulong na at taga-announce kami ng kanya-kanyang mga activity namin na sama-sama din namin pinanunood. So sa mga gusto pong mas ma-involve, hanapin niyo po yung grupo na mas madali po ninyong makakatrabaho. Kasi kung po kayo, umana po kayo ng grupo sa diocese na inyong makakatulong, okay? At kung national lay organization naman po kayo, buuin na po ninyo. Kung pamilya kayo, couples kayo, brotherhood kayo, buuin po ninyo yung inyong mga Care for Creation Committees or yung mga Laudato Si hubs ng inyong at magkwentuhan po tayo one time. Thank you po.
Thank you very much, June. Personally, June, pwede ba akong sumali sa committee mo? Ikaw palang chairman eh.
Si Brother Mars po ay ang nagpapatakbo ng isa sa pinaka-green innovations na kumpanya sa Pilipinas. At welcome po si Brother Mars sa committee ito. At pwede kwentuhan mo ng maigsi ang nung ginagawa ng green innovations naman para sa ating Laudato Si.
Ako yata ang host dito, Brother June. But anyway, Bishop, salamat talaga sa presentation ninyo. And I've been looking into this. Isang palaisipan lagi sa akin, ilang taon na, bakit masigasig naman tayo? We are really promoting the reduce, reuse, recycle. There are so many advocates of this. Pero bakit padagdag ng padagdag ang basura? And one of the answers that I got is when I finally got hold of a copy of the report of the DENR tungkol sa mga landfill or yung basura sa buong Pilipinas and then broken down by region and by city. Nakasulat po doon na yung recyclables natin, 25 to 28% of the garbage. Yun pala ang dahilan. Kasi even if we are 100% successful in reducing, reusing, and recycling, that will solve 25 to 28% of the problem. Yung pong 53% na composition ng landfill ay mga biodegradables o yung nabubulok. Kaya patong-patong sila. So that has been our personal parang quest. Ano ba solusyon dito? And so we have advocated processing of yung mga nabubulok na basura. And maybe I can partner with Laiko through June or with other dioceses in helping to find solutions. Kasi right now, we receive the nabubulok na basura from 2 municipalities in Laguna at wala silang landfill doon. Araw-araw yan pinaprocess at ginagawang fuel at saka abono. So that's one part of the advocacy that I'm with. Anyway, so much for me. Meron po ditong several in our chat group who are requesting for a copy of the presentation of the bishop. May I inform everyone that this is recorded, and aside from the live stream sa Facebook, we will also be publishing this recording again so that you may watch it at the Laiko Facebook page.
Brother Mars?
Yes.
Bago po sa atin tawagan si Bishop Pabilio muli at bago natin pasalamatan ng buong-buo si Bishop Jerry and si Ma'am Colleen, pwede ba akong mag-announce na?
Yes, go ahead.
Mag-a-announce na po ako. Unang-una po, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat na nandito ngayon. Gusto po natin magpasalamat kay Ma'am Tangko ng Catholic Teachers Guild sapagkat sa linggo-linggong pagkikita natin, she decided to contribute a significant per the 1 year Zoom payment para po tayo yung magkasama-sama lang. So such generosity, salamat Ma'am Belen. Number 2, nagpalabas po tayo ng circular para sa mga dioceses na huwag kalimutan o huwag pabayaan ang ating simbahan. O tuloy-tuloy din nating ipalaganap na kailangan nating magtulong-tulungan para sa mga pangangailangan at programa ng simbahan. At dahil po dyan, may mga organisasyon din na mga tumutugon na at nagbibigay ng tulong sa Laiko, sa TV Maria, sa mga parishes. Kung nakikita po niyong natutulungan ng Radio Veritas o kaya ng mga parokya ninyo o ng Laiko, padalan po ninyo ng mga tulong ito. Malaking bagay po ito. Brother Mars, tutuloy ko na rin. Bukas po, may misa si Bishop Pabilio alas 10. Ito po ay culminating mass si week. Kaya po inaanyayahan tayo ng Global Catholic Climate Movement para po sa misa ni Bishop Pabilio live po sa TV Maria bukas ng alas 10 ng umaga po. At sa alas 12 naman po ng hapon ay meron namang closing prayer din para sa Laudato Si. Lahat po yan ay i-inform namin sa inyo, email namin sa inyo. Pero may importante pong recollection si Bishop Pabilio, May 25 to May 28, alas 10 ng umaga yung unang talk, alas 2 ng hapon yung pangalawang talk dyan sa May 25, 26, 27, and 28. So, 26 po yan.
Yan sir, 1.7 na lang from 2,000.
Ayun, meron tayong nagpo-propose pa. Ngayon po, meron pa rin tayong misa sa May 31. Ito naman po ay si Bishop Pabilio din, alas 10 din ng umaga. Ito naman po ay National Pentecost Mass Celebration. Sana po ay makasama rin kayo. Hanapin ninyo sa mga probinsya nyo ano yung cable channel kung saan pwedeng panoorin ang TV Maria for the National Pentecost Mass Celebration po. Marami pa po pero titigil ko muna dahil ang schedule po natin ay tatawagan natin si Bishop Pabilio po.
Go ahead, Bishop Pabilio.
Okay, so first and foremost, I'd like to thank all of you for having joined us in this conference, in this meeting, in this webinar. Thank you very much. It shows your interest na habang tumatagal, dumadami po ang mga sumasama sa ating caucus na ito. At maraming salamat sa ating main speaker na si Bishop Jerry, showing us the wisdom of the church through Laudato Si and explaining also with his own expertise because he is very much involved for the care of the environment. At salamat din sa reaction ni Colleen sa ginagawa ng SM for sustainability at kailangan natin talaga ang mga business people ay pumasok din dito. Dito po sa atin ay mayroon tayong malalaking mga trabaho. Ang isang malaking trabaho natin ay paano itulak sa loob ng simbahan mismo that people in the church would see that care for the environment is an essential aspect of our faith. Hindi lang po ito peripheral. Kasi kung naniniwala tayo na ang Diyos ay ating Ama, ang ginawa ng Ama natin ay dapat natin alagaan. At lalong-lalo na mayroon tayong mandate sa Ama to be good stewards of what He has given us. At kung naniwala tayo na si Jesus ay tagapagligtas, niligtas niya ang mundo. Hindi lang po ang kaluluwa, hindi lang ang tao, kahit na ang mundo. At we know that the Holy Spirit hovers over creation and renews the face of the earth. Kaya bahaging-bahagi po ng ating pananampalataya. Unfortunately, so many of our Catholics are not yet aware about this. Kaya kulang pa ang kailang kaalaman at ang kanilang engagement for society. At pangalawa, sana mag-engage ng simbahan at mas maitulak natin, ito'y trabaho ng mga laiko lang, lalo na ang ating pamahalaan. Sa mga desisyon nila, alagaan nila ang kalikasan. At wag siya lang sa tingnan, no, yung sabihin anthropomorphism, nagbibigay ng trabaho, magbibigay ng pera. No, dapat tingnan natin hindi ang biodiversity, kahit mayroon tayo ngayong sinusulong laban sa Kaliwa Dam. Nagagawa ng dam, sisirain yung buong forest, yung biodiversity diyan. No, hindi lamang yan na pakinabang ng tao. No, at marami rin sa ating mga lugar, nandiyan yung mga pag-reclaim ng mga dagat. No, sinisira mo yun ang biodiversity, no, sa mga reclamation projects na yan. No, kaya dapat tayo maging voice of creation, no, in the governance sa pangalagaan yan. At tayo din sana ay maging voice of creation for the business community. No, at marami sa inyo may kakilala sa mga business communities kasi hindi naman kikilos ang gobyerno kung walang businessman, no, na mga kasama, no, na magfa-fund ng mga project na yan. No? Kaya sa Laudato Si, marami mga businessmen na nakaabang dyan at mga tumutulak niyan. No? Ganon din sa mga rehabilitation natin. No? Kaya nga, dapat tayo maging voice noon. At sinabi kong tayo, hindi lang tayo sa simbahan. We need to network. Tulad ng sinabi ni Bishop Jerry, that the work is so big. Yan din sinabi ni Pope Francis. No one can do it alone. No? That's why we have to work together with other groups. No? And the other groups also can help us. Marami akong natututunan sa mga data na ibinibigay ng mga NGOs. Mga data na hindi ko alam, ngunit sila yung may mga studies, sila yung on the ground. Pero tayo naman simbahan, may boses tayo. Somehow, may institutional stature tayo na magsalita. No? Kaya yan po, magtutulungan sana tayo ito. No? So bago lang ako magtapos, may gusto ko lang i-correct yung announcement ni June. No, totoo, inimbita po kayo sa retreat na hindi po recollection, retreat ito, 4-day retreat. No, ang idea po ng retreat na kahit na sa ating mga bahay, na kahit na po na hindi tayo makaalis, but we can reflect over our COVID experience. What happened to us in these 2 months? And as we are entering into a new phase na makapagsimula na ulit ang ating mga activities, ano dapat ang mga lessons learned? No, at ano ang dapat ang ating attitude sa paglabas natin sa ating mga gawain pagkatapos nitong COVID experience. So that's the purpose of the 4-day retreat. Kaya 4-day retreat, hindi lang po kayo makikinig sa mga talks. Ang talks ay alas 9 at alas 3. No, alas 9 ng umaga, alas 3 ng hapon. Pero sana may mga proseso, magsisimba, magre-recollection, magba 1 hour of prayer every day, magdadasal ng rosary, magbabasa ng Biblia, no, nagagawin ninyo sa inyong mga tahanan. So let us enter into this kung makapasok kayo. So give the 4 days ng spiritual retreat for renewal. Ang maganda po ang title niya. Ang title niya, Pentecostes. No, from lockdown to mission. No, so from lockdown, we go to the mission. No, from crisis to renewal. That we get out renewed, no, from this crisis. Yan, Pentecostes, because it's also preparation for the Pentecost. So, yan lang po at maraming salamat sa inyo and see you again in the other similar meetings with Zoom that we are having for the coming weeks.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo. We'd like to request everyone to stay first for the closing prayer led by Brother June. And then afterwards, huwag muna kayong alis, siyempre meron tayong screenshot.
Sana po ay makapagdasal na tayo. Hello, naririnig po niya ba ako?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, yeah.
Sige po. Magdadasal na po tayo at kahit po medyo maging magulo dahil sabay-sabay nating babasahin ito ay okay lang po dahil common prayer naman to for the 5th anniversary of the Laudato Si. In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Loving God, Creator
of heaven and earth,
you created us
of your own
image
and made us stewards of all your creation.
bless
Bless us with the
sun,
water,
water,
and beautiful
beautiful land,
so that
Beautiful
all
land,
all might
that
be
all
nourished.
might be nourished.
open our
open
open our minds,
Touch our
our
hearts,
hearts,
so
so that we
that
may
attain
to your
gift
gift
of
of creation.
help
Help
us
us
To be conscious
that
that
our
our
common
common
home
home belongs
not only to
to
us,
only to us,
but to
but
all
to
to
all
all of
your
your
our
creatures,
creatures,
and to
and to all
all
future generations,
generations,
and
and
that
and that it
it
is our
our
responsibility
responsibility
preserve it.
to preserve
to
it.
serve it.
May we help each
others
person
Cure the
cure the
food
food and resources
that
they need.
be present to
be present to
Present to those in
these
need
trying
in
times,
these
Trying
these
times,
trying times,
especially the poorest,
especially
those
the
and
that
those
are
most of being
behind.
left behind.
our fear,
Transform
Our fear,
feelings
feelings of isolation,
isolation
fraternity,
hope,
to hope
and fraternity,
kinship,
so that
so that we may experience a conversion
conversion of the heart.
conversion of the heart.
help us
Help us
to
to
show
creative
creative
solidarity
in
in addressing
the
the consequences
consequences
of this
global pandemic.
Make us
Courageous,
embrace
the changes which are needed
needed in search of the common good.
now more than
now
More than ever, may we feel
that we are interconnected, interdependent,
dependent.
us to
to listen
Respond
to the
cry of the
earth
and the
and the
cry
cry of
cry
the
of
poor.
May
Suffering be the birth
a more
sustainable world.
loving gaze
under
Under the loving gaze, very
days
help
of
of
very
of Christians.
the prayer to
We
the
make up prayer.
our Lord.
Amen.
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 Hallelujah.
Amen.
Thank you very much, everyone. We will be closing first for our final screenshot. Brother June, can you revert back? Thank you very much. Uh, okay. Everyone, please switch on your videos and smile. 1, 2, 3 with the bishop. And we'll have a gallery of everyone here. This will be 3 screens. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, meron pa po, 2 more.
Huh?
Tayo ngayon. 1, 2, 3, smile again. Lalo na hindi ninyo alam kung anong page kayo.
Oo nga.
Try lang ng smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Yan, that was the last of our photo. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pakita po to.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless.
Pakita mo ng photo
Bye-bye.
maganda.
Okay.
Salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you po sa lahat. Thank you.
Salamat kayo. God bless us all.
Thank you po. Si Joseph.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Very much po. Thank you. Brother Joe, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sir Joseph. Thank you po.
Thank you sa lahat. Sure.
Maraming salamat po.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Mark.
Mano po, Bishop. Salamat po. Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat. Bye-bye.
Bye, Sister Ina.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
God bless everyone.
God
Keep
bless
safe.
you all. God bless us all.
Keep safe.
Thank you po.
Thank you. God bless you. Salamat, WeGen.
Post na ating
Thank you everyone. Keep safe. Ingat po lahat.
Thank you, WeGen. Thank you, WeGen. Laudato Si.
Keep safe, keep safe.
God is telling all of us right now, whoever you are, wherever you are, be still and know that I am God.
So how will you recognize a true Christian? The true Christian is always grateful. The favorite word of the true Christian is thank you. Because for the true Christian, everything is a gift.
When you die to yourself, forget yourself, and give yourself as a gift to another person, that, my friend, is when you taste authentic, permanent joy.
This is Faith Watch TV, today's leading Catholic online TV. We at Faith Watch create all original content ranging from reflections from the Church's bishops and priests, lessons on catechesis, testimonies of your favorite inspirational speakers, talk shows, and news programs. Powered by Areopagus Communications, Faith Watch TV aims to deliver to you the best and the latest inside and around the Catholic Church, neatly packaged for the Filipino Catholic. Faith Watch TV, today's leading online TV, your Catholic channel.